What's up guys, welcome back to Unlimited Reads. My name is Chris and today I'll be giving my spoiler-free review of Baal by Robert McCammon. This book was published way back in 1978. It was McCammon's debut novel that launched his highly successful career, and then he went on to churn out some of the best works of horror of the 20th century and beyond. Now if you look at the time that the book was released, all the greats were getting their start too. I mean, Carrie by Stephen King was only released 4 years prior. In 1977, Dean Koontz was starting to really get traction, although at the time he was using the pen names K.R. Dwyer and Lee Nichols. Another author that comes to mind that got their start around this time is also Richard Lehman in 1980, and there are others. I can reel off Ramsey Campbell, Anne Rice, and a host of other authors, I'm sure. This was the golden age of horror where its popularity absolutely exploded like a neutron bomb. Baal is the sixth book of McCammon's that I have read, and I've enjoyed them all so far. I started off with Boy's Life, which remains my favourite. Then I moved on to Swan Song, then Blue World, the most excellent short story collection, one of the best I've ever read. Then I went on to Mine, and then I went on and read Stinger more recently, which I reviewed on the channel. So let's get into the review, and I always like to start with what the book is about, so I'll read the cover copy to you. A woman is ravished, and to her a child is born, unleashing an unimaginable evil upon the world. They call him Baal in the orphanage, where he leads the children on a rampage of violence. In California, where he appears as the head of a deadly Manson-like cult. In Kuwait, crazed millions heed his call to murder and orgy. They call him Baal in the Arctic's hellish wasteland, where he is tracked by only three men with the will to stop him. Zark, the shaman, Virga, the aging professor of theology, and Michael, the powerful, mysterious stranger. So very much like Mine, the book opens with a very graphic scene. It's a rape scene which results in the conception of Baal, which is the name taken from an ancient demon prince, which he later gives to himself. From early childhood, it's obvious that he's not like other children. He drives his parents against each other before eventually going into the care of an orphanage, where this is where his insidious power begins to amplify very, very quickly. And at this point you really get some Damien/Omen vibes here. If you know about the books and the movies, you'll know what I'm talking about. I think the Middle Eastern and Inuit religions and customs were very well researched and were quite authentic as part of the story, and given that the origin of Baal's namesake is heavily steeped in biblical mythology, I like the scope of the story being told across multiple continents. It seemed like a mini saga. You could tell with this book that McCammon was really trying to find his writer's voice. He's mentioned the same thing in interviews over the years, but for a debut novel, this one is written exceptionally well. It had me pretty much unsettled for the most part, and you wouldn't think that this was his first novel. He may have written a few trunk novels before this one, who knows, but it certainly didn't read like an amateur novel or anything like that. It was still fairly polished for his first published work. I enjoyed the twist at the end. I thought it was really well thought out, and McCammon faithfully follows the rules for good and evil. You can never eradicate true evil. Yes, you can overcome it, but it's always there watching and waiting. Otherwise it would disrupt the balance of the universe. So I think he does that very, very well. Was it McCammon's best book that I've read so far? I don't think so, but it's still pretty solid, and I would recommend this to anyone wanting to try McCammon's work for the first time, and his subsequent works just keep getting better and better. I can't wait to read Mystery Walk next. I've been hanging out for that one, and it'll be read in this quarter, and there are so many books in McCammon's backlist that I'm looking forward to reading them all. So there you go guys, that is it for my spoiler free review of Baal. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Offer up any feedback in the comments below and I'll always respond to that. Coming up on the channel next, I'll be doing a couple of things. I have some exciting Jack Ryan Jr. book news that I want to share with you. It's really, really exciting and I get to show something off. And I'll also be doing my spoiler-free review of Dark Sun by Michael Robertson Jr., which is the second full-length novel of the 7-book series, which I really, really enjoyed it. And I'll talk all about that soon. But until next time, guys, I'll see you later.